Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to the top 5 games from my childhood. I was lucky enough to be tagged in this by the incredible Nihilist. I will leave a link in the description box below. I suggest check it out. You can see his top 5 games from his childhood. So, I'm just going to get into it, and I will tag people at the end, you lucky buggers you. So, game number 1, there's a theme with my games, is I can't pick. So, today we have Theme Hospital and Theme Park on the PlayStation 1. Yes, the PlayStation 1 was a childhood game of mine, and Theme Hospital and Theme Park were incredible bullfrog games. I know they have good games on the PC. I know you can get things like Roller Coaster Tycoon, for example, but there was something about this during my childhood. It just felt so expansive and incredible. The fact you could salt the chips to sell more, or put more caffeine in the coffee, and all the little people would run around. It was an incredibly fun game, and I hadn't really seen anything like it ever, so it kind of really stuck out. And then a little while later, this one turned up, and you could like explode people's heads and reinflate them and cut their tongues off and hire a load of janitors and let your hospital fill with rats and people would die, and it was just very exciting. It was just very clever. So I couldn't really pick between the two of them, Theme Park or Theme Hospital, so I thought both, and they're games I have in my collection now. They're games I will still, when I'm feeling very nostalgic, occasionally play, and I just love them. I just think they're great. So that's my first choice. Sorry I couldn't pick, but Theme Hospital and Theme Park, brilliant. My second choice for childhood Steve is a game called Shadow of the Horned Rat, a Warhammer strategy game, or Warhammer Dark Omen, a Warhammer strategy game. Again, I couldn't pick between the two of these. They're basically the same thing. This one's got beautiful kind of cartoony art, and again you get squads of soldiers, and you can buy reinforcements and get them better armour, and they can get more experience, and you've got the heroes. And you go through a massive storyline fighting like orcs and goblins and ratmen and things, and it's a beautiful strategic game. If your characters die though, and if your units die, they're gone for good. So you get things like a single great cannon in the game, and if you use it in the wrong place or it blows up because they misfire all the bloody time, it's gone. It's just gone. It had a real kind of toughness to it and depth, and I've replayed this one as well. The only problem is it gets about halfway through the game and it crashes on me and I can't play any further, so I really am sad. But I loved it, and a few years later this one came out, and it was kind of a 3D, early 3D graphics, and I loved it for exactly the same reasons, because it was just more. It was more. Try not to get all the glare on the screen, but it was just more. It was beautiful. Bloody beautiful game, those two. So Warhammer Shadow of the Horned Rat, Warhammer Dark Omen, my second childhood game of joy. My third childhood game of joy, and to continue the theme a little bit, is on the Sega Mega Drive, Mickey and Donald, World of Illusion, and Castle of Illusion, Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion there. So you've got both games. There's also Quack Shot there, but you can ignore that. The Sega was the first console me and my sister owned as children. I remember it was a Christmas present, and World of Illusion and Castle of Illusion, the actual original was missing, but I found the new one as I got a bit older. They were like some of the first games like I ever played. Like, this is the first game, this is probably the first co-op game I ever played, and it's the first co-op game me and my sister played together and completed, and I just love it to death. I think it's amazing. You've got Mickey, you've got Donald, and you can play their separate storylines, and they have different levels and things, and it's all like a 2D adventure platformer type, and it's all beautiful, gorgeous artwork and gorgeous music. And then you can play a co-op version, which is just so much fun, and Donald gets stuck going through tunnels and things, and Mickey's got to pull him out and things fall apart, and I love everything about this game. I could talk to you for hours and cry all the way through that one. And basically Castle of Illusion, so I'm going to show you that half. Castle of Illusion was the single player version, and I remember I was so young, I was terrified of it. The art style was a bit harsher and a bit sharper, and young Stephen just couldn't handle it. But I would sit and watch my sister play, and it was brilliant. and as I got a bit older I play it too, and it was just so much fun. It was so good. It's a lot more challenging than World of Illusion. It's like the level up version, which is funny because this one came out second, not first, but by God, it was a great game. And I still have the manuals for them, the Sega manuals, which are you don't oh, look at that, oh, they don't make it like that anymore. And what I love about these things is even in the manuals, freaking Sonic the Hedgehog, like, what's he doing there? What's Sonic doing there? But no, I love these things. I bloody loved them. So I couldn't again decide between one or the other. Look at, I've got a theme. I've picked two every time. So my fourth favourite childhood game of being a child is Abes Odyssey and Abes Exodus. Again, I'm trying to not get all the glare, but this is Abes Odyssey was the first game. And if anyone doesn't know Abe, look up Abe. Abe's incredible. It's kind of a ridiculously tough puzzle platform thing, and he moves really slowly, and you've got to really consider all your steps and your movement and the sound, and the art style is incredible. The sound design is incredible. The challenge is incredible. The world, the story, everything about Abe is just spot on. It is on the money. I don't think the only thing you can really fault it on is the fact that it's kind of got limited saving areas. You have to get quite far in the game before you get to save spots and things, and it can make quite a bit of repetition. So as a child, again, I struggled like hell with Abe. Oh my God. But my sister was great, and I used to watch her clock the damn thing, and I was a bit older then, and I was like, God damn, why are you so much better than me? But as I got older, I have completed this one to 100%. I've rescued every single Mudokon in Rupture Farms, and I bloody love it. And then you got Abes Exodus, which is the same damn thing, just in different locations, different environments. 300 Mudokons to save, not just 100. And you've got quick save and quick load, a thing that this one is sorely lacking. So this did everything this did. This did better. And look at his sweet little Abe face. Oh, you just want to give him a cuddle. Look how cute he looks. These two games are so high up on my list of... I've clocked this one as well and rescued all 300 Mudokons. And I actually enjoy this over New and Tasty. And it's so old now, but it's so good. So good. And me and my sister did used to play it 2-player, because it's actually got a 2-player mode. You kind of just swap in and out and like a hot seat mode, but by God, it was fun. And the final game on my list of 2 for everything, because I can't pick, the final game on my list is Tombe and Tombe 2. And it's not Tombe, okay, look at that cute pink-haired little caveman? Yes, pink-haired little caveman. Tombe and Tombe 2. So, first off, Tombe. Tombe is basically a 2.5D platformer, and again it's got kind of pixely graphics. It's quite artistic, it's quite cutesy, it's very well drawn, and everything looks gorgeous. It's just so beautiful to see. The sound design is incredible. You can kind of get clothing and equipments and level up, and you can go back to locations because you've unlocked a bigger jump or a hook shot or something, and now you can get to that spot. You can run and dash. And the one great thing about Tombe as well is you're on a quest basically to hunt evil pigs, and you go to locations that are all horrible, and there's like frozen or entire village turned into like just awful things. Like you have a haunted house, for example, or a frozen wasteland, or a big old leafy covered dwarven village, and then you go and defeat the pig, and the actual location changes, the music changes, the artistic style changes, everything looks prettier and nicer and friendlier. You can still explore, it unlocks more stuff. It is such an in-depth, clever game, and if no one has ever heard of Tombe, or Tombe, not Tombe, bloody Tombe, you Americans. Tombe, if anyone's heard of Tombe, not heard of it, give it a damn go, because it's damned amazing. And then Tombe 2 came out. Tombe 2 with the pink-haired little... And it was everything that Tombe was. Just Tombe 2. You just doing it again. It's kind of got 3D graphics this time. It's still all in 2.5D. Still got the sexy manuals. And you've got more of it. You've just got more of it. You've just got more beautiful music, more beautiful puzzles, more beautiful things to figure out, more beautiful places to go. You've got an awesome fire zone. You've got an awesome frozen wind zone. This game has the best snow level of any game ever. Okay, you find Santa Claus and build him a pig motorbike thing as like a side quest, just like as a thing you can do if you explore. It is incredible. It's just incredible. And these two are again games I have played to completion. I have 100%ed these things. I have figured out every puzzle and every quest. And it's even more impressive for this one because you get stuck in points, and if you don't do it in the right order, you have to just redo the whole damn thing. So I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. So those are the games. Sorry there was like 10, but they are honestly, each of them is so relevant to each other, and all of them mean so much to me. I couldn't pick Tombe over Tombe 2. I couldn't pick Abes Oddworld over Abes Oddus. I couldn't tell you which one I've played more and think is better, because I love them all. Same goes for Mickey, same goes for World and Castle of Illusion, same goes for Shadow of the Horn Rat of Dark Omen, and same goes for Theme Hospital and Theme Park. I don't know which is better, but I love them both. So those are my top 5 childhood games. So bad. Those are my top 10 childhood games, but they are my top 5. And it is a tag challenge, so I now have to tag 2 very lucky people. You lucky people, you get to be tagged. So I'm going to tag Dan from Super Bad Nick Brothers. So I hope you're watching, Dan. Super Bad Nick Dan. And I want to tag Jono from Super Horror Brothers. So there's a little bit of a brother thing going on there. But Jono, with your sexy beard, and Dan, you look a bit like Simon Pegg. Can you tell me your top 5 favourite games? I'd be very interested to see. Thank you very much, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. And just thank you again, Nihilist, for tagging me, because that was very sweet. Bye.